Well, hey guys, welcome back to Love Truck Garage. Well, done a lot of watching the videos and learning what I can, and we're going to do some upgrades to the welder today and see if we can't get back on track with this chop top. Let's go. Alright, I just wanted to say up front that a lot of videos say you can weld thin sheet metal with flux core, and I did see it done. It is possible, but it's a lot dirtier, it's a lot harder, and I made some changes, and hopefully this will get us back on track with the chop top. Alright, I have been practicing on pieces of my inner door out there quite a bit for the last week or so. And this is all flux core, and I was getting better, but I watched a few videos, and one in particular, I'll share a link in the description, convinced me to get the gas. And also I'm going with the 023 wire. So this is the size I was using, which is 030, and I hope you can see how small this little hole is right there, but we're going to the 023 wire. So this is an all steel welding wire, and I went ahead and bit the bullet and got me a tank of Argon CO2. So we're all set. Let's get this stuff installed. Alright, so when I bought my welder, it did come with a regulator and the hose and everything. It had never been used that way, and you know, my welding cart, it's got a place for the bottle. And we will have to go in here. Ooh, knock it over. And as you can see, I was almost out of flux core anyway. So anyway, we have to change the polarity on the welder, because with gas you run it opposite of flux core. And then we'll have to change over this spool to the right size wire so it feeds properly. And that'll get us back in business. So let me get that done, and I'll bring you back when we're all ready to go. Alrighty, I got the wire in. It's all fed through. I adjusted the tension on there. One other thing I changed, this is the flux core tip for the nozzle, and I do have the new nozzle for the gas. I did buy this last year when I first bought my welder. But anyway, let's get that bottle on there and get that hooked up. Alright, that didn't take too long. We got the bottle on. I just tested the gauges and everything, and I think we're ready to go. But anyway, I got a couple errands to run, but we'll come back later and we'll try it out. Alright fellas, here's our test piece here. We're going to do our maiden voyage with gas, and yeah, let's go for it. Alright guys, I started out using the recommended settings on the welder for the 18 gauge, and just was trying to get it dialed in. Looking back at this now, I can see that my stick out was a little bit far. I needed to kind of move in on that area that I wanted to weld, and I'm really working on accuracy also. I really had always had a problem seeing my weld while I was doing it, and as I learned along the way, I could actually turn my welding helmet down a little bit, and what do you know, I could see what I was doing. There's definitely a learning curve to welding, and I think I'm getting the hang of it. Now, one thing I picked up in the videos that I watched is you want to start with a clean wire at the end. If you have that little blob on the end, you don't get your arc right away, and it kind of tends to overheat the thin sheet metal. So I'm really learning a lot, and I think it's going to help us when we get back to the truck. Well, let's see how we did on our first try, and Boy, it got good penetration, and man, that's better than super glue. Alright, let's check this out. Well, alright fellas, that looks a lot different than looks a lot different than flux core. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to need some practice, but this is kind of what I was hoping for. I think I can bridge some gaps with that. And I'm really just playing with the settings right now. So I'm going to keep on practicing and see how this works. Alright fellas, there's the after. This is the new stuff. This is the one I did with the flux core. Yes, I'm getting better. Anyway, they say if you can't be a good welder, be a good grinder. So between the two, I think I'm feeling better about pulling this off now. So we'll practice a little bit more, and then we'll get back on little Bobby to get the front half of that welded on. Well, alright fellas, it's been another week, and I've been practicing off and on, and I'm ready to go at it, but yeah, the weather hasn't really been cooperating too much. It's been feels like 105 all week, and today it's not, but it's raining. We got thunderstorms coming for about the next 3-4 days. So I will get back to it. I just wanted to get a video up, give you a little bit of an update. I think I'm doing much better on the welding. I kind of have a pretty good grip. I know what a good weld looks like now, and I think we'll get there. But that's going to do it for this video. I do appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.